Hello, we are ready for you. Also, our Luna is ready for you, right?
Yeah.
So we can start a new video today, and it's going to be about why we should not get that much angry and triggered in life, because it's not good in that moment. And sometimes it's good to release the tension and so on, but usually later in life you remember that it was actually something which enriched your life, which you got angry about. So, to be specific, because I like specificity, today morning I went out in front of our house with our dog, and my neighbor, which has 2-year-old little really amazing boy, she was playing with him, and I started to play with him, and Raphael,
I was playing with him, yeah.
You were playing football with him, 2-year-old, and he really plays amazing. And then he saw a little poo in the grass. It was like a poo in the grass from a dog, which was, he has like this big foot, you know? We have this big feet, like legs, feet. And he just said, oh, there is a poo, there is a poo, there is a poo.
And he had a cute word for it, right?
And his mother was constantly repeating
what was he still saying? Bobo?
Bobek.
Bobek.
And
he was totally adoring it. Oh,
he was,
Bobek.
oh my gosh, he was standing, he was observing it.
I thought he's going to fall into it.
And you know, you have to, if you want your child to be really calm in life, it's sometimes really good if they are 2 years old to let them observe it, you know. You don't have to still talk to them and feed them with a lot of information about what is it, and don't step in it. She was repeating it like 20 times. Don't step in it, don't step in it, don't step in it. Guess
what does law of attraction say?
Guess what happened?
Step in it.
He stepped in it, of course, because he just stepped in it. And he has this tiny feet, and the poo was this tiny, and
the grass is big.
The grass is big. He could just play all over the place, and he stepped in right there, you know. And she started to be super angry, and the poo was very stinky, and it was all drama for her, you know. And I'm like,
because she will have to clean it then, right? She's stressed about, oh gosh, I have to clean it.
Of course, you have to clean it. In my country, you are having maternity leave for 3 years. So you basically stay with kids for 3 years, and you can go sometimes to work somewhere if you want to, and so on. So she's not stressed about she has to go to work, or whatever. She has whole day with the child, but she's stressed in the morning that he stepped in a poo. Okay, I get it. You can say the bad things, the bad words, which you have to express, but you don't have to obsess about it. And she's angry and carrying this with like next few hours, maybe tonight also she's mad about it. So I was sitting with her, and we had a coffee, and I talked to her, and I asked her, hey, you know, we talk about kids and dogs, because we have a dog, and I'm like, when I lost my dog in the past, I started to appreciate things, and I started to be more humble about things which make me mad. For example, Luna destroyed my shoes when she was small. She destroyed our mattress and chargers for the laptops and so on. And I wasn't mad at her, because I knew that it's a part of puppy life. Of course, you have to tell her, no, it's bad, and you get a little angry, but not really too long for me, because I knew, what am I going to remember in 20 years? I will be saying funny stories about how we had to explain to her, and how she destroyed this, you know? And every dog has this kind of list of things they destroyed. So it's funny. All those bad moments, puppy moments especially, are then the funny moments. And also with kids, you know, I'm like, hey, how many times did he step in a poo? And she's like, once today. And I'm like, yeah, but in 20 years, you're going to remember it as a really funny experience. Have you thought about that? And then she switched her energy and she started to talk about what funny things he does and what how he was dirty when he was eating as a even younger baby, and how it was ugly, and she was mad that she has to clean it, and now she remembers even how it was funny that everywhere was mess. So she switched her energy for a moment and she let her carry away with these positive thoughts, and that's what we are actually going to get out of this. We are not going to remember the normal days. Oh, we went for a walk, which we do every day.
Everything was perfect.
Everything is perfect.
The shoes came home clean.
Yeah, all the time. But once you do something outside of normal, like stepping in a poo, or my dog eating my shoes, or destroying my mattress, I will remember it forever, right? Mattress is quite a big thing, but you know what I mean. You get it what I mean. That you will just remember that it was the funny thing, because the things don't matter in 20 years, in 10 years, yeah. And you were saying when we started to be with each other and Luna started to bark in the middle of the night, and you said, I am feeling really, now it's dog chasing a cat outside. It was very funny. And the cat is still standing like, what do you think? They had to take the dog away, and the cat is like, I won, I'm there. So when I was having a dog at home, and she, in 2 in the morning, she heard something outside in front of our garden, and she had to go to work. She had to bark. It was her job. And it's still her job to protect us, to guard us. So he was really mad. You used to be really mad at her that she's barking and so on, and then you were like, oh my gosh, you're like saint or what, you don't get triggered by it, and so on. And I'm like, yeah, I have to go with her, and you know, I need to let her out. She needs this, and it's her job, and
exactly, yeah,
she's taught to do that. And
yeah, because where I grew up, it was very much like, don't let your dog bark, right? It's noisy, nobody likes it, neighbors would get annoyed, and they would just freely allow her to bark as much as she liked, and they would even say, oh my gosh, go to check, what is there? And it gives her meaning, right? She feels fulfilled.
Yeah, but we also don't live, we didn't have neighbors, you know. We have
big
big land where there were no people around us, which could be disturbed. That's why
just
we could afford it.
Just the delivery people, her number one enemies.
Yeah, but not enemies, but she wiggles her tail and when she sees them. But it was not our concern. So if you have neighbors which sleep next to you, of course you don't let the dog bark. And I would not allow it. But neighbors also went to us when Luna was, for example, traveling. And they said, hey, where is your dog? We really need your dog to bark to tell us that something is coming. Like some people are coming, or some car is coming, or whatever she noticed in the evening, or because it was a bit scary there, the place. Nobody was entering there that much. So when she barked, she was basically signaling, hey, somebody's here, be careful, like the best alarm. And neighbors got used to it, or they appreciated it, and they kind of like said, hey, we really like that she informs us as well, so we can be attentive or cautious. So yeah, and then let's go back to our topic. Let's go back to that we talked about, that when you get so angry, you know, you don't like something, you just have to do it, and it's bothering you, it makes you angry. My neighbor got angry today about her child, and he's 2 years old. He's the cutest guy. He's so sweet, and
it is because she has this mask over, like she has to clean, she has to take care of him, that he doesn't fall, that he's safe. She has to organize all these things. She even has to cut the lawn, whatever. She has that mask over of all her duties, all the things that she has to take care of, and she knows, okay, if this happens, I have even more work.
I don't think
and
it's
I'm already overwhelmed.
I don't think it's a duty. of course, you see only the chores which you have to do. But I think it's a program.
Yeah.
It's a program which she copied at her mother's, and she copied how to behave to the child, and then she just passes it on. And who is going to grow up from that? It's going to grow up a child which will be afraid to do a mistake, you know? And this is what we should not support anymore, and we should just be allowing our mistakes, you know? Oh, you stepped in a poo, okay, let's clean it, but explain to the child, hey, let's not do this next time, it's hard for me, it's a lot of work. And I think the kid really understands it, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't do it on purpose. He also doesn't step in the water or in the mud on purpose here. If you explain it to him, he's good.
He was cute. He was having his socks on, and he was running over from the picnic mat. He was running over to us through the paddle. There was a little paddle, and there was mud on the floor, and he was running with his socks, and he was just doing it. Didn't think, oh my gosh, it's wet.
He can't connect these things, and she's
he just saw us, and he ran to us.
And the neighbor, she's a sweet lady, you know, but she's perfect. So she put the water from his sandbox right in front of him, where he has to walk all the time because he's an active child. And then he has his socks on, so it didn't work, right? Because we have to also think, oh, where the child is going to walk. Okay, so I'll just put it somewhere else to water, so the child doesn't have to walk in the water, right? Because it's just offering itself to step there. I would even step in there. So, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so it's, I also do a lot of mistakes. Today I was eating cherries from the tree, and I had like a huge stain here, and I'm not a child. And I was working with the mud, and I just poured all over me a mud when I was holding a freshly planted flower or plant. So I also do mistakes, and we all do. And she wants to be perfect, and she's perfect. She has everything clean at home and so on. But you will not remember the cleanliness. We will all not remember the cleanliness. We have to have it nice and clean, of course, but we don't need to have it perfect, especially when there are kids running around and so on, or dogs or animals, right? And you also got used to it.
Yeah. Somebody said she has a dog. She said, look, either you can have it clean or you can be happy.
Didn't I say it?
I think we adapted it.
Yeah.
Or it is your living mantra anyways. Well, I believe
but I
that...
have it clean and organized.
Yeah, you
and
do,
I used to
absolutely.
clean too much. That's why I'm talking about it.
But you have to, at some point, also step back a little bit and just know, okay, I have a dog. It's gonna be messy.
I was cleaning too much as well. I have to admit that. I had a period where it was very intense, and she had some health issues, and it was dirty all over the place, so I had to do it all the time. Yeah, so I know what I'm talking about. And it was more exhausting than making me angry, because it's the situation as it is. So she has a health challenge, and I can't be mad at her, so it's just the way.
Yeah, to do something about this, I think it's very helpful when you become aware of your program. When you just know, okay, I'm in a program, I'm reacting in a program now. This is not who I am. And in that moment, you can step back from it, and you can observe you, and it changes how you feel about things. You're not that much in depth in it. You're not lost in the problem, anything that is occurring which you don't like, but you're aware that, oh my gosh, I'm in the program, I'm reacting.
This is how you do it. Oh, you could say, I do this.
Well, that's what I believe that can be helpful.
This is how he does it. So you do it the way that you just become aware.
Exactly.
And then, because you are aware, you are not already that emotion anymore. So it's really good. But sometimes especially ladies, they just don't realize it immediately. They realize it 5 seconds after they
That's okay.
became
It's amazing to
dragon.
realize it. That's a great win.
Yeah, it is great as well. Yeah. And especially for the child, you can still come there and say, and I also do it to my dog, hey, I'm so sorry, I just screamed at you, and or I don't scream anymore, but also for the child, I could say it would be great to go there and say, hey, I'm sorry, I just lost my temper, I screamed at you, and I know that you did it for first time, and I was basically saying to you, step in it, step in it, step in it, don't step in it. And I will try to be next time a little bit more, you know, whatever, calm or whatever, because I know that you don't mean to step in there. So, yeah, right? So it's great. And this is how we should behave to us as well. So if we are dealing with some conditions in our life, like health issues or anything, our relationships and so on, we really could get angry at ourselves a lot, or at our body or whatever. So I recommend to really understand, hey, okay, I am angry at my body that it doesn't work, or that it has some situation which we have to overcome. And I need to work now, you know, I need to do that now, and my body doesn't allow me, or the situation doesn't allow me. And that creates a lot of anger and frustration. And maybe when you say, okay, so I am surrendering to this, I am just understanding that now it's the time when the body wants to be this way. And if you put there a little bit of calmness about it, the body heals much faster, and you can just, it's very healing, right? Also for relationships or anything, in any area. So we hope that we inspired you today, because this situation today inspired me very much. And maybe we can be all nicer to each other, and especially to us.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching.
Yes, thank you, and have a good day.